Welcome to the third lecture of our beloved course, Language and IT. We talked last time about one kind of software, if you remember, the grammar software, the grammar program of Bitiazar, and we looked at some of its features and how it is useful, helpful, entertaining, and all of these good things about it. But it's very important that we know how to evaluate a CAL software. Why? Because we need to know whether this software is suitable to us or not. Just a simple example. Let's say that you want to use a CAL software that requires internet connection, but you don't have internet connection in your school or in your classroom. Would you say, well, this software is bad? No, it's not bad because you don't have internet connection, but it's maybe good. It might be good for other features, for other purposes, but for your purpose, because you don't have internet, it's not working for you, it's not going to help you. Well, this is just a simple example to show you the importance of evaluation. And today we are going to study CAL evaluation before we jump to Chapel evaluation. You remember last time we talked that I am going to present Chapel evaluation of that software. I thought it's better we start with CAL evaluation in general, and then we go to Chapel evaluation as one example of how CAL softwares are evaluated. So today's lecture is about CAL evaluation. Basic definitions. CAL software, you remember that we defined CAL software as any software or programs potentially usable by language learners in connection with learning, teaching, or use of language, especially AFL, ESL. That includes both material claimed as designed for this purpose, dedicated, and that not. The latter includes both specific programs like adventure games for native speaker children and generic or content-free software like email or word processing. It also includes whatever hard copy, support materials, booklet, etc. Any software comes with. See further in our introduction lectures. So, CAL software simply is a program, any program that is intended, that is used, that is claimed to be used for language learning, to help language learning, and it is used by learners. It also involves all the things that comes with it. Sometimes it is a CD with a booklet, so we call it CAL software. So it's not necessarily comes in electronic copies, but sometimes it comes with supplementary hard copies. So sometimes you have a CD and a book. Both of them, if they are both connected to each other, they are called CAL software, and we talked about this in the introduction and the first lectures. So this is CAL software. Evaluation, what do you mean by evaluation? It's a matter of deciding whether this software is good or bad, making a decision about the software. Well, it is the process of assessing the potential of the software, assessing whether this software is good or bad, and then there is a consequent decision. There is something which comes after your assessment or evaluation, which is, I am going to use the software, or no, I am not going to use the software, or no, I am going to use the software if I can change or amend something in the software. So this is evaluation of CAL software, and we will see it's important as we go explaining CAL evaluation. So it's a matter of judging the fitness of something for a particular purpose. Hutchinson and Waters, 1989, page 96. So it's a matter of you judge whether this software fits your purpose or not. Evaluation, therefore, implies an activity where something is declared suitable or not, and consequent decisions are to be made or action taken. Well, yes, this is what I said. It's a matter of declaring the suitability of the software, and there is a consequent decision, a decision that comes after this analysis or evaluation. Evaluating something, therefore, is not the same as researching it, though research may be done to find out things which then inform the value judgment and hopefully make it better. Research on its own may just end up with information, not judgment and action. Well, someone would say, well, if we do this, it's like a research. If you remember, you took research methods and design with me, and we said with research we are trying to find better conclusions, we are trying to find better solutions, and this is research. It does not necessarily entail actions, taking actions, or judgments. In research, you just say, well, this is good or bad. And you don't have to make a decision. Why? Because the decision is not yours, maybe, or it does not concern you as a researcher. You just research that particular software, and then you leave the decisions for others. So this is evaluation, basic definitions. CAL software and general teaching materials and tasks. A parallel, yes. And I remember that I said this, and I need to re-emphasize the importance of this. Well, with teaching materials, if you want to select, for example, a book for your students, you would go the same process if you want to select a CAL software. So they are parallel procedures, a parallel process of selecting teaching materials. Selecting CAL software is almost the same like selecting a textbook. Why? Because this is called teaching materials. You need something with you. You prepare something for your students. And this is the core of your classroom. Imagine that you go to classroom, you don't have a textbook, or you don't have anything to say for your students. You need to have something called teaching materials. Not only a textbook, maybe you need a board, a smart board, maybe you need a projector, maybe you need a computer to conduct your classroom, depending on your classroom. Here, I'm trying to teach you in this studio with a smart board, with a lot of technologies, with this scanner. Well, I need a lot of things to do my class. Teaching won't be possible with all of these equipment. Also, I need these slides. So these slides are the teaching materials that I am teaching you from. I prepared all of this at home, and I prepared myself mentally, physically, to come to explain all of these slides for you. So I try my best to find some materials for you from the internet, from textbooks, from different resources, and then I prepared a whole complete, hopefully complete, class for you. So all of this process is similar to what one would do with normal classes. Even if you have a ready-made textbook, you need to read it, you need to prepare, you need to check your understanding of the materials before you go to your classroom. Otherwise, a lot of embarrassment would happen with your students if you don't come prepared. So it's the same we need to emphasize that choosing CAD software is can be as hard as normal classrooms with normal teaching materials. Some would say, well, no, the CAD software is just a game, it's just a fun. I can select anything for my students and give it to them. No, this is not the case. You need to know that selecting CAD software can be as hard as preparing normal teaching materials. So much of what we say below about evaluation of CAD software is similar to what one would say for materials evaluation. Generally, in language teaching, CAD software is often analogous to an individual exercise or task in a book, though some series of CD-ROMs constitute entire courses and so are parallel with complete course books. The parallel is valuable up to a point. There are some important differences, however. Yes, there are some differences between normal teaching materials and CAD teaching materials, or evaluating teaching materials and evaluation of CAD software. There are differences, but almost similar. Well, if you want to have, for example, a book about vocabulary and grammar, you want to check its value. Is it going to teach your students easy vocabulary suitable for them? Is it colorful or in black? Does it have easy language? The same you would ask for CAD software. You would say, well, is it suitable to them? Are the vocabularies in the CAD software suitable to my students, and etc. So it's in principle the same like normal classrooms. Firstly, a book is not typically dynamic or interactive like a program. By contrast, may not always present an exercise the same way every time you use it, and can usually give some response to the user dependent on what they click or type in. So there is one difference between, let's say, a book and a CD or a DVD with the same teaching materials. The book is not interactive. It does not interact with the students like what we saw previously in the grammar software. If you click on something, it interacts with you, gives you the answer, gives you whether it is correct or not, gives you maybe explanation of difficult words. This is in the CD, but in the book, no, it's not interactive. That's why CAD programs have often been seen as replacing a teacher rather than just teaching materials, though that clearly does not fit all software. Yes, some would say, well, with some or certain core software, it can replace a teacher. Why? Because it takes the role of a teacher. If the software tells you what is right and wrong, it gives you the rule, it gives you some feedback, and it explains to you difficult words, well, then you don't need a teacher. Why? You can stick to the software and it can teach you what a teacher can do. However, not all software have these features, so we cannot claim that all software can be replacing teachers. Secondly, a book is more limited in its media capability. CAD can involve sound as well as pictures, diagrams, and text, all in the same